My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Budoku Lana Martin Ogidi. Join Martins on Political Views on Mondays 3 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM Ogidi.
Okay, guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share, right? Hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Script. You're right. The Rock is also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, or you go to, St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Pick it up. You can come to the one at the 103 of Park FM to get a copy. Thank you so much. Stick around for political views. It's time. Yes, on our political space this afternoon, the drama between EFCC and former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, continues to unfold as the former governor stated that EFCC is trying to blackmail him into a visit to EFCC office. Why the court threatens to jail EFCC chairman for contempt. Good afternoon and welcome to Political Views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifan Ekezie. Yes, even though the school where Yahaya Bello paid for, school fees of his children, the school returned the school fees to EFCC. But the former governor of Kogi State maintains that the money was not taken from the state coffers. Meanwhile, Ochemole, declared that he is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, lamenting about the division in the Senate with the insinuation of northern senators, western senators, eastern, and all of that. He harped on reserving our values as Nigerians. He reminded Bishop Coker that religion is now part of the problem of Nigeria. A lot is happening, in our political space this afternoon. Let me bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this afternoon. The headlines: Makinde, OYSIEC, NMPP commend peaceful council polls as APC seeks cancellation. Chetima urges political leaders to project Nigeria's cultural diversity. Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. Federal government begins demolition of affected properties. Rights violation. Court slams 10 million naira fine on EFCC. Others. National Assembly to engage Tinubu for constitutional review, says Deputy Speaker. Nigeria managing naira value to stop corruption. Tinubu. APC group dissociates from protests calling for Ganduje's resignation. Fuel scarcity. Marketers warned against hoarding in Oshun. Lamido slams northern governors over security meeting in US. People with disabilities commend Tinubu route for Teju Osho as Edu's replacement. Petrol scarcity to last another 2 weeks, says Eichmann. Now, details. Before we venture into the details, remember that you're tuned to everyone at the 103.5 FM, and this is a political view. So you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at everyone at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. And the first story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, is Makinde OYSIEC NMPP commend peaceful council polls as APC seeks cancellation. The 2024 local council elections held in Oyo State yesterday was marred with unprecedented low turnout of voters despite the participation of 19 political parties. Accreditation of voters also commenced late in several areas, while the electorate also complained of late arrival of election materials, even in areas where they were eager to exercise their franchise. One of the factors responsible for the low turnout was a hint on economic hardship and the anger that previous council polls hardly represent the desire of the electorate. However, there was no record of violence across the state as of the time of filing the report. The State Commissioner of Police, Adebola Hamzat, and the Chairman of your State Independent Electoral Commission, Isiaka Olagunju, both confirmed that there was no violence during the exercise. Hamzat, who led a combined team of security operatives and relevant stakeholders, said there was no violence, just as Olagunju, who also monitored the polls across Ibadan, confirmed there was no violence. Recall that over 12,000 security operatives, excluding the military, were reportedly deployed to monitor the election in the 33 local councils of the state. And the next story we have for you this afternoon on Political Views is Chetima urges political leaders to project Nigeria's cultural diversity. Vice President Kashim Chetima has urged the political leaders to project the beauty of the nation's cultural diversity. Mr. Stanley Mkwacha, spokesperson of the Vice President, in a statement on Saturday, said Chetima made the call during conferment of the chieftaincy title of Asiwaju of Ijebuland on Dr. Suleiman Adegunwa. According to the statement, the ceremony held in Ijabode, Ogun State, Chetima emphasized the importance of service to humanity and peaceful coexistence in the country. He conveyed greetings from President Bola Tinubu, describing the new Asiwaju as a worthy son of the soil, a leader committed to entrenching peaceful coexistence across this length and breadth of the nation. Chetima said the event we are all gathered here to witness is not just one that celebrates the intertwining between leadership and culture, but indeed the essence of humanity, which is service. As beautiful as we all look in the various attires we are putting on, so is the beauty in our diversity, so is the beauty of our heritage, so is the beauty of our cultures, which bellies in our age-long tradition. He called on Adegunwa to see his new role as a call to service and a reminder that what we owe this country is a sacrifice for love, tolerance, and total dedication. Recounting Adebunwa's inspiring story of success, Shetima noted that the story of Baba is successful yet very motivational, that for every man that strives to succeed, there is no way the doors would not be open. Still on the stories making rounds our political space this after begun the demolition of properties affected by the on the Lagos Calabar coastal and road construction. The Minister of Works, David Umai, made this known in a statement released by Mr. Oji Uchenna, his special advisor on media, on Sunday in Abuja. Umai said that the project would mark a major milestone in the renewed hope roadmap of President Bola Tinubu towards economic diversification. He said the federal government is passionate about the plight of the people and will, in the exercise of the right of way, demolition of properties required to give way for the construction of the coastal highway. Umai said the federal government is considering the most economically viable way to pass the coastal road without much damages, so there would be no delay in the payment of compensation to affected property owners. So I solicit your cooperation to the timeline of the demolition exercise. We are doing some major adjustment and our commitment is to stay within the coastline, he stated. You are tuned to Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and this is Political Views. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on rights violation. Court slams 10 million naira fine on EFCC. Others, please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
In hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church or at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church. About how to get this book, please call 080 39167049 or your WhatsApp 080
Via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. And the next we have for you this afternoon is a rights violation. Court slams a 10 million naira fine on EFCC. Justice Peter Kekemeke slammed the cost on the respondents when he delivered judgment in a suit filed by Mr. Michael Kundera for enforcement of his fundamental rights. Justice Kekemeke held that the respondent violated the applicant's fundamental rights by arresting and detaining him from May 15th to May 16th, 2023, without charging him to court or releasing him on bail. He added that a 75-year-old man should not be subjected to such a treatment. I hereby declare that the arrest and detention of the applicant from May 15 to 2023 was unlawful and violated the applicant's fundamental rights. The harassment of the applicant in a matter already decided by the court is a violation of his right, and the first to third respondents exceeded their bounds. The case of the applicants succeeds, and the respondents are ordered to pay the sum of 10 million naira severally or jointly to the applicant for violation of his fundamental rights. The judge held. Still on our political space this afternoon, National Assembly to engage Tinubu for constitutional review, says Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has hinted that members of the Constitution Review Committees in the Senate and House of Representatives will engage President Bola Tinubu on different issues in the review process. This is as he called for synergy among the consultants and secretariats of the Senate and House committees on constitution review to set the pace for effective collaboration or to drive the ongoing exercise to a successful conclusion. Kalu, who doubles as the chairman House Committee on the review of the 1999 Constitution as amended, made the call while delivering his remarks at the joint retreat of the Secretariat, Senate, and House Committees on the review of the Constitution over the weekend. Special Assistant on Press Affairs to the Deputy Speaker, Udora Urizu, in a statement Sunday, said Kalu told the stakeholders that effective collaboration would drive the tax to outcomes that would meet and satisfy the desires and yearnings of Nigerians. Special Assistant on Press Affairs to the Deputy Speaker, Udora Urizu, in a statement Sunday, said Kalu told the stakeholders that effective collaboration would drive the tax to outcomes that would meet and satisfy the desires and yearnings of Nigerians. The Deputy Speaker further asked the stakeholders to review the previous amendment of proposals which were either not passed by the national state assemblies or were not assented to by the president, and consider how those issues can be reintroduced with a view to providing methods of processing them or an action plan that will ensure that reservations which led to the rejection are addressed. And the next story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, bordering on economy. Nigeria managing Naira value to stop corruption. Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu said that the World Economic said the government is also managing the Naira to remove the artificial elements of its value. He stated that the country was empty and physical discipline for the country, and that to me is more important to focus on what and we pursue that rigorously. We are prepared for what is necessary and what must be done. Government, the APC stakeholders said those behind the protests are its expelled members who, it claims, have now found a new enterprise in blackmailing for money. The APC and defamed Ganduje. The APC stakeholders noted that the goal of the group it claims are impersonators is for Ganduje to be removed funds they allegedly collected back to the sending the funds they allegedly collected back to the part. Iran meets that is a monitoring and surveillance of outlets in line with its regulatory mandate to ensure compliance, he stated. Still on the stories making rounds